Hey Red Devils, Paul here from the Cult of Cantona podcast to talk about our pre-game with Nottingham Forest. So in my experience of playing against Nottingham Forest, they've been such a yo-yo team in the Premier League. I don't ever remember there being much of an upset in terms of this game. Google has told me that 1994 was the last time that Nottingham Forest have beaten us. They definitely had us on the ropes earlier in the season when we went 2-0 down at Old Trafford, but we came back through goals from Christian Eriksen, Barry Casemiro and our captain Bruno Fernandes getting a penalty to give us all 3 points. While there's no scoreline upset that comes to mind, there is a small bit of upset between Nottingham Forest and Manchester United based on a player back in the 90s by the name of Pierre van Hooijdonk, a Dutch striker who came into Nottingham Forest. Fans loved and adored him. He was scoring goals just for fun. And then he decided, out of nowhere, to nonchalantly drop, "Hey, I want to play for Man United and I don't want to play for you anymore. Come and get me, United." United had decided to go for Dwight York, which worked out pretty well. And Pierre van Hooijdonk was left at Nottingham Forest for another year, where they got relegated into Division 1 and he would score goals and be left to celebrate on his own because his teammates couldn't stand him. He then moved back to the Eredivisie, and I think he never really had a highlight after that. He may have been in the national team for one of the major tournaments after that, and he was a damn fine player, but I think he just burned his bridges all around. Now, while the Pierre van Hooijdonk transfer didn't quite work out, we did have some transfer activities in players representing both clubs. We, on our end, took none other than Roy Morris Keane from Montenotte to Manchester United, who did again reasonably well, captaining the club to 751 trophies, representing Ireland 681 times. And don't fact check, you can check anything with facts. Take my word, just take my word. Roy Keane won 87 Ballon d'Ors. We, in exchange, gave them Jessica Lingard. That's Jessica is his full name. Jessica Lingard. And well, the most notable thing, I suppose, that Jessica Lingard did for Nottingham Forest was an interview where he came across like Stephen Avery's nephew, Brandon Dassey, in Making a Murderer, where the interviewer just gave him questions to which he responded, Yeah. So it was a tough time, Jesse. Yeah. And Man United wasn't very nice to you. No. Nodding yes, saying no. Anyway, Lingard seems to be doing great now. Another player that has transferred there is Anthony Elanga, who I wasn't a massive fan of Anthony Elanga at Man United, but I do wish him well. It's good to see Man United youth prospects still playing the Premier League, still doing well. Obviously, I hope he doesn't score against us tonight, but Elanga seemed like a good kid, seems like he had his head on his shoulders and is a professional footballer, so all the best to him at Nottingham Forest. Given Man United's run of form where they play well, like when we beat Chelsea, and then we play horribly when West Ham absolutely murder us, and then we had that fantastic 3-2 comeback against Aston Villa where it was a real Jekyll and Hyde performance the first half. We were atrocious, simply cannot defend a cross, and then I don't know what was said there at half time, but I'm hoping that it came from Ten Hag and you could see that the team came out with a fire ignited under them, and Garnacho played absolutely incredible. I'm so glad to see Rasmus Højlund get his first Premier League goal too. I hope that's a sign of things to come from Højlund. Often in the history of Man United, when players break their duck like that, they tend to go on to score a couple of goals. So I'm hoping that it happens for him. I'm liking it to Diego Forlan, who just could not find the net for, I think he went maybe 11 games. It could be more. I'm actually not sure. But he went a great deal of games without really producing anything. Then he was given a penalty, which he scored. And then the following week scored a screamer against Fulham. And then that was his kind of career at Man United thereafter. He went on to score really great goals in really big games and was a fondly remembered fan favourite. Teddy Sheringham, another one who came in, played against Tottenham Hotspur on his debut, who we just signed him from, got a penalty and missed it. And then it took a game, 8 games into the season against Everton at Goodison Park, where he finally scored his first goal for Man United, and then thereafter became quite prolific. So I'm hoping Rasmus Højlund starts finding the net more frequently in the Premier League. We've seen glimpses of how good he is and we're all rooting for him. Scoreline predictions? I'm going to go 1-1. I'm going to go 1-1 and I'm going to go Rasmus Højlund to score. And I'm hoping it's not Anthony Elanga. I think Nottingham Forest are a little bit of a difficult team to play at the moment. Any team under new management is always a bit of a difficult task. They get a new fire lit under them. They, you know, traditionally a team with a new manager always feels a little bit dangerous. I remember years ago Alan Curbishley taking over at West Ham. Again, same thing. They were just getting beaten for fun, and Alan Curbishley took over, and we had to play them. I thought this is going to be a disaster, and lo and behold, West Ham beat us. So I'm obviously hoping for the victory, but I think tonight it may be a 1-1 draw. Thank you very much for watching. Happy New Year to everybody, and enjoy the game.